in the middle of a child custody case that's hotly contested, the chances are before the case is over, you're either going to have to write a motion to the court about some issue in dispute or you're going to have to respond to one. And if you're in this position, you're probably going to wonder, how do I put together a well-written motion that makes sense and that's persuasive to the judge that might actually inspire the judge to rule in my favor? Well, you're in the right place because in this video, I'm going to share with you a super high secret and handy dandy formula for writing a well put together motion that may get you what you want. If you haven't already subscribed to the Command the Courtroom YouTube channel, be sure and hit the notification bell below. By hitting that bell, you're going to get alerted each time a new video is released. Also, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. By giving it a thumbs up, I'll make sure the videos keep on coming. My name is Wendy Hernandez, and I'm a Phoenix family law attorney. I've been practicing family law since 1999. I've actually been litigating cases since 1996, and I'm also the creator of the Command the Courtroom YouTube channel. I get really excited about creating these little videos for you to help you navigate the family law courtroom with more confidence and ease. I hope that at the end of this video, you're going to feel a little inspired and educated, maybe in some way entertained. I want to hold your interest, so I try to keep them somewhat entertaining. So let's get to the meat of this video, and that is, how do you write a persuasive motion or a persuasive response to a motion, one that the court is really going to sit up and pay attention to? Okay, well, before your judge was a judge, your judge was a lawyer at some point. And before your judge was a lawyer, your judge was actually a law student. And while that judge was a law student, that judge took a legal writing class. And during the legal writing class, the legal writing instructor taught your judge a super secret but handy formula called the IRAC formula. IRAC. IRAC is an acronym, and it stands for Issue, Rule, Application, and Conclusion. And in my opinion, IRAC is almost a no-fail way to put together a well-written, comprehensive, well thought out, and persuasive memorandum to the court or motion to the court. And when I have read the work of other attorneys and it just hasn't made sense to me, or it just has felt sloppy, I ask myself, did they do IRAC? And in 9 out of 10 cases, I can say, no, they did not. And during those times when I've gotten lazy or I've been in a rush and I go back and read my work and I see that I haven't used the IRAC formula, I try to correct the work because IRAC makes it so much better. So if you're in the position of responding to a motion or filing a motion, use that formula: issue, rule, application, and conclusion. And we're going to talk about it. So the first part of the formula, issue. When you start your motion or when you start your response, you have to frame the issue for the court. Okay. And so usually what I do is I number each of the four IRAC elements with Roman numerals. So I would do Roman numeral 1, issue, and I would just put it right out there for the court. So say, for example, we're dealing with a disclosure issue and the other side isn't disclosing medical records in a child custody case. So if I'm filing a motion to compel, I would put, first thing in my motion, after a brief introduction, I would say, father should be compelled to disclose his medical records because it is relevant to the best interest factors in Arizona. I put it right out there, issue. And after the issue, I would kind of give the court a summary about what's been happening in the case, how I've tried to get the records, how I've been unsuccessful, and how these things are really going to help the court make a decision about what's best for the child. But then I wouldn't go into it too much. Next, I would go to the rule of law. And that is the second element of the IRAC formula. So I would write down Roman numeral 2. I wouldn't write it. I would type it into my document. And I would state, according to Arizona Revised Statute 25-403 and 404, The court must consider or can consider or must consider the following things in making a determination. And I would list out the elements set forth in the Arizona statute. I would also, if there was any case law in my favor, I would summarize it for the court with the proper citation. And I know research is a whole different ball of wax, but as an aside, I will tell you that law librarians are some of the most helpful human beings on earth. So if you're confused, go down to your local library or the library for, if you have any states, law schools in your jurisdiction, go talk to the librarian. Chances are they're going to help you a lot, or at least point you in the right direction. But under the rule section, you need to summarize the rules of law as related to the issue in your case. So the judge knows, these are the things I have to consider in making a decision about this issue. Once you have set forth for the judge the rule of law, then you move on to the next element. And I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. But before I do, I want you to tell me, have you ever had to file a motion in your case, or have you ever had to respond to one? And if you did you know about the IRAC formula, and did you use it? And if you used it, was it helpful? If you've never had to respond to a motion or file a motion, do you think you might have to in your case? And do you think the formula might be helpful? Leave me a comment below. And I'm really interested in knowing how many people who are not lawyers know about the IRAC formula. Okay, so back to it. Let's talk about element number 3 of the IRAC formula, and that is the application element. So when I say application, what I'm talking about is applying the rule of law in your jurisdiction to the specific facts of your case. And really, this is your opportunity to persuade the judge, to argue your side of things, to use the law in your favor. So you take the law, and you never misrepresent the law to your judge. You should never, ever do that. But you should use the law that's in your favor and apply it to your facts and tell the court, hey, the law says, judge, that you should do X, Y, Z. Child custody is an issue in my case, and the court needs to look at these records. And the only way that the court can look at these records is if somebody presents them, and I'm the only one who seems like really wants to present them to the court because the other side doesn't even want to disclose them. I would argue, hey, court, you cannot make a full informed decision about custody in this case without having these records. So just throw all your arguments in there. Remember your rules of grammar, spell check, grammar check, use apostrophes correctly. Don't write just one big long paragraph. This is a whole other video, I guess, writing grammar for legal briefs and memos, but just do your best grammatical work. If you can, have somebody proofread, but argue the law as applied to the facts of your case. That's element number 3 of the IRAC formula. And the fourth and final element is conclusion. And so under conclusion, basically that's when you wrap it up for the judge and you summarize the relevant points and just tell the court, judge, this is what I want you to do. Usually in my conclusions, I insert what I call a prayer for relief. And I list out all the different things that I want the court to do. Order the disclosure of these records, order the disclosure of these records by such and such date, and award attorney's fees to my client because I had to go and file a motion to compel. And there might be other requests I would make in a motion to compel. I'm just not thinking of them now. But for the third and fourth factor for the application and the conclusion, I would also use Roman numerals to highlight, hey, judge, this is like a signpost. This is a traffic signal. I'm telling you where I'm headed here. And just summarize in that Roman numeral in bold and your heading what you want the court to know in the application and also in the conclusion. Really, that's all there is to it for the IRAC formula. If you use the formula, your writing is going to be organized. It's going to make sense. And the judge is going to love it because you're speaking the judge's language. Really, the judge is going to like that you're trying. Just make sure you do your research. So again, if you like this video, be sure and give it a thumbs up, hit the notification bell. And also, if you haven't already downloaded the best interest checklist, be sure and hit the link below and sign up to get that free checklist. If you're going through a child custody case, it's going to help you understand the types of things that a judge wants to know before making a decision about your kids' futures. Finally, Check out this Command the Courtroom video and all the videos from Command the Courtroom. And until I see you next time, keep on trucking and remember to get out there and command the courtroom.